Good evening, internet enthusiasts. Let's take another trip down memory lane and play this great new game, Timeguessr. Let's begin. All right. First cab off the rank is a cab off the rank. No, it's not a cab off the rank. It's a little mini. Now, let's have a look here. This is a Christmas scene. It's in Europe, and I guess it's in Italy. It's funny though. I say that because I saw this sign here that says Piazza di Spagni, I guess. It's funny though because if you're a GeoGuessr player, you'll know that this is not the Italian number plate, but of course this isn't modern day Italy. I might even go as far as to say this isn't modern day Rome based on what I'm seeing. The most difficult thing here for me is going to be to guess the era. Okay, so this looks like a little Fiat. Maybe from when? Maybe like the 60s? Is this the 60s? It's quite cold, so yeah, I think Rome for sure. And I'm going to say Rome in, I don't know, 66. Let's go down to Rome, Italy. Roma. Okay, here we go. Fingers crossed, let's make the guess. Wow. Okay, 65, and it was Christmas decorations on Via Fratini in Rome. 9894. Yes. Let's keep it up. Oof. Ay caramba. Well, interesting. This image, I think I've seen this before. I'm sure I have. This looks like, I guess it's Paris. So on the side here, it's got, some French text. I mean, dude's wearing a beret. I don't think we need to speculate any longer. I think we can safely say that this is France. And I'm going to say this is in the 50s, this one. It doesn't look too dissimilar from the round we just had, except it's not colour. Not that that really makes a difference. Colour gets added to photos and or is left out of photos. But this image quality is slightly less impressive. Gosh. I think this is Paris. I don't know Paris very well. I know maybe one or two areas. That's it. Maybe I'll just guess one of those areas. It'll be like a flex. Okay, let's guess the 50s. I think maybe... We'll go 50. Do we think it's late 50s? I might go a bit later than that. We'll go 57. And let's jump into Paris. Now, where in Paris would it be? Somewhere quite central. They're quite large buildings, aren't they? I don't know. Let's just jump somewhere down here. Oh God, I was way off time-wise. It was 1950. And it was simply Parisians being dropped off. So, quite close on the map. However, the year, poor form, unfortunately. We were 7 years off. That's okay. We'll carry on. Okay, so I think I can definitely get a perfect score on this one. This is a very famous photo. Oh, check out this pixelated image here on the computer. It's funny. Anyway, very, very well-known photo. It's located in the White House, obviously, and it's in a room called the Situation Room. So... this is Joe Biden and, of course, Barack Obama. I don't know who the hell anyone else is, but I do know that this is Hillary Clinton. And they were watching the special ops mission to assassinate Osama bin Laden in Islamabad. Anyway, image, when was it? Was taken in 2011, if I'm not mistaken. Definitely not earlier than that. So, yeah. Cool one. Cool photo there. So let's jump into the United States of America to Washington, D.C. Here it is. And we'll just find the White House. Somewhere near Capitol Hill, isn't it? We've got the West Wing, lobby, the Oval Office, briefing room. Looks more like a hallway, doesn't it? It's the family dining room. What else? The diplomatic room, the China room, or China, as Donald Trump would say. The fuckwit. The library, cool. And the flower shop. I'm going to say it's in the West Wing. Oh my God, I almost forgot to change this to 2011. All right, let's go. Bang, spot on. So this is US President Barack Obama and Vice President Joe Biden, along with members of the National Security Team, watching a live feed, drones operating over the Bin Laden complex. Actually, I don't think it was Islamabad now that I think of it. I think it was Hyderabad. Hyderabad? Maybe. 23 meters. So it was actually in the West Wing lobby, not just outside the Oval Office in a hallway. Go figure. But I still got 10,000 points, so that's my best score yet on this game. That was a pretty easy one, though. Okay, next up. Holy moly. Now, this is probably the stupidest photo I've ever seen in my life. Oh, God. This is Putin meeting with Steven Seagal. Anyway, what do these two have to talk about? Steven Seagal is a piece of shit who has been spruiking Russian propaganda in relation to the war in Ukraine. He's just a dickhead, let's face it. He was super popular all over the world in the 80s and 90s, lost his fame, but has continued to be popular in Eastern Europe, I believe. So this kind of makes sense because he's an absolute attention grub. Anyway, this has got to be in the Kremlin, right? I can't imagine it being anywhere else. So at first I thought this was Lenin, but I actually think it's Stalin. Anyway, what a photo. 3 fuckwits in a room. I'm gonna get killed. They've obviously been putting up with this shit stains antics since, I don't know, 2014, before the pandemic. 2019 maybe? That'll do. And yeah, oh, of course, this is going to be at the Kremlin in Moscow, for sure. I think the Kremlin's, yeah, it's here. I don't know the layout very well, but it's somewhere in here. They don't have the rooms on here. They probably don't have a flower shop either, like they do over at the White House. Let's go. Ah, dang, it was 2016. Dang? I said dang in my life. I was 133 meters away from the correct location. It doesn't have the map for me to see. That's weird. I think the KGB have hidden it for some reason, those bastards. Those kettles gonna boil. All right, next round. Wow, this has been a highly political round, a little bit different from the last time I played when I got those drunk Brits desecrating Stonehenge. All right, so this looks like a seizure of a lot of heroin or cocaine or something similar from what I can tell. Let's have a look at the hats and see where we might be. So it says Coast Guard something Clark. Something Clark. Isn't that a coincidence? All their names are Clark. All right. US Coast Guard. Yes, that much was evident. Did they seize that knife, or is that what this Coast Guard uses to cut a sample out? I mean, what else would you use to cut open a big brick of coke other than a sick-looking flick blade? You wouldn't use just a regular Coles or Woolies pallet box cutter, would you? Cocaine is typically produced in South America. And this is the US Coast Guard, so that's an important point as well. So I think the area we're working with is the Gulf of Mexico and the Caribbean Sea, because this is the pathway. So my understanding of the movement of drugs is that they leave by boat from Colombia and probably Brazil. So if you were the Coast Guard and you wanted to intercept these drugs, where would you do it? So the boat looks like it's in a port, so it's not out on the open sea. So the seizure has taken place somewhere where the boat is docked, and I can't imagine them doing this on US soil, somewhere in the Caribbean Sea. I'm going to go Santo Domingo in the Dominican Republic, and we'll change this. This looks like a very modern shot. They're wearing masks, but that might be because of the drug seizure, or is it a COVID mask? I'm going to say 2022, and we're looking in Santo Domingo. Let's go. Shit. Oh, it was 8 years off. No. They were seizing $3 million worth of seized cocaine and marijuana. All right. And where was it? I was wrong. They were already in Miami. Terrible analysis of all of that, but whatever. So yeah, I only got half a location and year score for that one. My worst round to date. Never mind, we can bounce back. Although we can't because it's the end of the round. But that was a fun one. I liked that one a lot. Disappointed in that last guess, I actually felt quite confident. I really like those Coast Guard uniforms. They'd have a pretty cool job. Anyway, that's the end of Timeguessr. Not my best score. We'll keep working on it. Until next time, goodbye.